Hello everyone. Today is June 3rd. It is Saturday, 8:42 a.m., excuse me, East Coast Standard Time. This is another episode of Crypto Wars. Let's take a look at the markets. It's going to be crazy. Everything's going to be crazy. You got coins jumping over, 20%, 10% daily. It's kind of not anything really new in the crypto space, but when it comes to this type of volatility, I think we're going to see a lot more. This is like just the beginning type stuff. I think that we're seeing a little bit of resistance at this point because it's nearing that, the crypto market cap's all-time high. I think it could, very well burst through that, and I think it's going to just by the way, the shape it's taking. But I do think it might have a little resistance, a little turbulence at this point, just going through a little bit of a storm. Just because, it's whenever something hits an all-time high and then it retraces back to that all-time high, usually it hits its head on the roof at least once, at least from my experience. Even if it does, it's not going to like bounce down a lot. But I think it's just going to for example, Bitcoin right now is at $243. I think once it reaches like 240 or maybe even higher, maybe 2600, not 2400. It's just going to pull back a tiny bit, and then we're going to see altcoins do really well. And it's not going to drop or crash kind of like it did before. But I think, once it does pull back just that tiny bit, we're going to see altcoins pick up a lot. Not that they aren't already, but I think we're going to see them pick up a lot more. Okay, and right now, with the coins I've been talking about, Vertcoin, Steem, Gridcoin, all in the green today. I think Gridcoin is outperforming them, but Steem was doing really well at one point, and I think Steem is going to do extremely well. I mean, it's insanity. I mean, I remember when I was freaking out buying Steem at 15 cents, you know what I mean? And so it's just crazy that it's, is where it is and where it could go from here. And it was so not that long ago, it was a couple months ago, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? It's not like stocks or something which take forever to move. This is nuts, it's insane that it's reality, But yeah, and I mean, just hold, don't trade in between coins. Don't do that because it just is bad, okay? It's going to mess with your brain. Don't get impatient. Don't think you're going to make money as a day trader, right? If you want to be an investor, you need to, spend your time kind of, find ways to pass time. Live life, Don't, I'm always up on the news and stuff, but once I make a decision, I make it and I let it sit, okay? I'm not going to trade for months or weeks or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? And in between that, yeah, I'm willing to do research on my next move type thing. I'm ready to get that going. And usually I already have had so much research that it's already, formulated. And then it's kind of like I'm doing research on the move after that. You know what I mean? So it's like one of those things that you just constantly, that's what it is. You're trying to look into the future. Don't think of trading as you're not trying to look into the future. You're trying to look into the future and perceive an item that's going to be worth more than now. More now than it is then. Everyone talks about, you see all these movies about time travel and this and that. If anyone was a real time traveler, okay, what they would do is they'd play with the stock market, all right? Because it's the idea that you're trying to predict what is going to be more valuable than it is today, what is undervalued. It doesn't matter about what is going to be the most. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, you just got to perceive it that way, Take a look more, use your mind more in a spiritual sense in some ways. Not spiritual, but in some ways, yes, because you are trying to bend time, okay? I'll talk a little philosophy about trading. You're trying to bend time. And that's why certain things are worth more at certain times and they're not worth more at other times, because the time is based on that point in time, the supply and demand. It's typical, but at this, perceiving it, you have to perceive it as this. With time, there's no beginning and there's no end, because time is infinite. So time is really an illusion in a lot of ways. Age is an illusion, looking at heaven and hell and shit like that. But so what you're trying to do is bend time, and in order to do that, you cannot be. It's I remember I know people say how like the Japanese or the Western society or whatever it is, I don't know, they look at time as like you driving by it or going by it on a stream, which is very true because the answer becomes clearer and clearer as you're approaching it. Okay, so when you're trying to look into the future and the answer comes clearer and clearer and clearer and clearer, and then it comes and you see it, and then that's that point in time, and then you pass it, and then it's gone. Okay, so like we move in time, right? Almost like a tunnel, you know, but it's like tunnel without movement. It's interesting. Anyways, but so we're perceiving this time, we're trying to bend it. This is like serious, this is crypto philosophy right here, okay? This is trading philosophy. You're trying to bend it, and you can't make decisions don't jump between things when things are unclear. Wait till it gets closer and closer and closer, and usually the decision becomes more clear. I mean, obviously, I don't know, that's pretty far out, that's out there. But what I'm saying is like, view it that way. Don't view like, I'm going to buy this coin, trade it, make money. I'm going to buy this coin, trade it, make money. It's like, no, it's not going to work like that, man. You got to think long term, but at the same time, you got to think like, I don't know, you just can't think like day trader. I'm going to be a day trader. It's like, yo, day traders don't exist, okay? There's day losers, and that's it, all right? You're going to buy something, hold it for weeks or months or whatever it's going to be, have confidence in it, and make sure you go off do not even look at the chart, honestly, because charts will fuck with your brain. Like, that's what they're designed to do. Go by what something is, what the coin is, what it's going through right now, okay, the current news, where it's at, what you think it's gonna be at, why you think it's overvalued, compare it to other coins, compare it to features it has over other things, you know, like, just do that stuff. And, you know, yeah, charts are good for entry points and understanding the market, of course, because you're understanding the way the market moves. But it shouldn't be how you base your investment, all right? If you want to make a trade because you think something's been going down a lot, you think it has a solid base, then maybe spend a tiny amount of money and then just swipe it, you know, once you're ready. You know, that works too, so. All right, well, that's all I got to say right now. I am going to chill out. I know that was a lot to take in. Probably was. It didn't really make any sense. But that's okay. Thank you. Please subscribe to my channel if you don't. Subscribe to me on YouTube. I'm trying to get YouTube subscribers. Steam is awesome too. Follow me on Steam if you're watching this on YouTube. If you don't know what Steam it is, you're too late in the game, bro. Alright, peace.